Hi, everybody. My name is Kyrone Nebolisa. I recently met with Professor Heimster, and she was talking about Danish leadership and Danish culture. And I had told her that in my past life, I actually worked for a Danish organization, company called Novo Nordisk, actually based locally here in North Carolina in Clayton. And I spent about 4 years there, and definitely noticed a difference within how their culture and how they operated their organization. Before joining Novo Nordisk, I had been with traditionally American companies, and of course, they had their own ways of working. So transitioning to a Danish company was definitely a shock for me culturally because I just had to get acclimated and adjusted to the ways of working. Few things to note. Um, Simple things like the directors or just upper senior level management just seemed like they were way more accessible than your traditional American company. In a traditional American company, they're often in the corner desk or in some private area. It just seems like they're really unapproachable. But in the Danish culture, this leadership team and directors and VPs very approachable. They sat in the same areas where the normal employees would sit, same type of desk. So there wasn't any visible layer or differences. Everybody was pretty much treated equally. Of course, as you got up in your leadership, you had more power, more decision-making authority. But other than that, everybody was treated equally, which was a shock to me. And it was very easy to talk to the site head and have a conversation. And he knew exactly what we talked about last week and would ask me updates. So it's definitely a shock culturally on that aspect. Um, Second, just from them making sure that everybody's voices was heard, I was always encouraged to speak my mind, and they took how each employee felt, and their opinions mattered. In my experience in an American company, it was preached, but and he never really felt like that. But they all at the Danish company, they definitely had the mindset and approach that um, if we don't succeed from the bottom, we're not going to succeed from the top. So everybody's voice matters, and they wanted to make sure people felt that way. Third, they really cared about the employees. They wanted to make sure people were happy. I know in American companies, they preached that again. They took surveys, but never really felt like they took those surveys seriously. But at the Danish company, anything where it was ranked low, they would always make sure to make that a priority, have two meetings, and they would more than likely, more often than not, they would make sure to implement new ways of working to help make sure people's morale was high. They wanted to keep that happy culture because I think in the world, the Danes seem to have the happiest um, people in the world, and you can tell that they wanted to maintain that. Even uh, they were located in the U.S., but within the company, they wanted to instill that. So they wanted to make sure people came to work happy, and they wanted to provide benefits that keep the employees happy and engaged. So you saw that across the organization. Just overall, I think it was very beneficial for me. I also had the opportunity to travel to Denmark and was able to see how relaxed their culture was. I mean, from seeing people going to work with shorts, just very casual, come as you are, just very down to earth, low key, but they made sure to not only keep their employees happy, but they also make sure to work hard as well and but also have fun. That was a priority. So I always did things to ensure that. And just from my time, 4 years at Novo Nordisk, I saw myself grow a lot. I saw myself mature a lot, and it's helped me even as I've left Novo Nordisk to instill those same principles in the ways I work. And the last thing I noticed was just your working hours. And we want to make sure that people didn't work too long. They wanted to make sure that everybody, I know that typically the American companies, it could be 3 o'clock on a Friday and you just have to punch your clock and just stay there until 5 o'clock. But and then another thing I noticed within the Danish organization was if you're done, go home, do something else. They wanted to really instill that work-life balance and make sure that people had a life outside of work. So that was just my last thing that I just thought of. But overall, great experience. I think we should implement, and there are ways of working into more companies, and I think people will definitely reap the benefits. So that's my spill. Again, Kyrone Nebolisa. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, and good luck with the rest of the class. Bye.